Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Captain Trips 2017, and I hope you're having an awesome holiday. Today we're going to count down my personal favorite top 10 Christmas TV episodes. Now, I'm not talking about Christmas specials. I'm talking about Christmas-themed episodes of pre-existing television shows. So here's my top 10 favorites. I'm going to keep my descriptions very vague in order to keep spoilers away. So enjoy the list. Number 10, How I Met Your Mother. How Lily Stole Christmas. In this episode, our protagonist Ted Mosby has decided he doesn't want to spend Christmas with either of his divorced parents, so he opts to stay in New York and spend it with his friends. This plan is almost ruined, though, when Lily comes across an old phone message where Ted refers to her as a Grinch.
But I didn't say Grinch. I said a bad word. A very, very bad word.
The message was from the time that Marshall and Lily had split up, but Lily refuses to hear Ted's explanation and literally steals Christmas, like the Grinch. It's now up to Ted to make things go right with Lily and save Christmas, especially for Marshall. Number 9, The Big Bang Theory, The Bath Item Gift Hypothesis. This episode aired on December 15, 2008, during the show's second season. Sheldon Cooper, everyone's favorite theoretical physicist, is annoyed when he finds out that Penny has gotten him a Christmas present, and he's now obligated to get one for her. He ends up buying several gifts of varying value with the plan that he give her one corresponding to the value of her gift to him, and then return the rest. If you're a fan of the show, I'm guessing you've seen this episode, but if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it here. Let's just say that Sheldon's in no way prepared for the gift that Penny has for him. Number 8, Married with Children, It's a Bundiful Life. It's time for Christmas with everyone's favorite dysfunctional family, the Bundys. In this episode, Al's having a terrible Christmas. After a terrible day in the shoe store, Al Bundy makes it to the bank just after closing and can't withdraw any of the money to buy presents for his family. After being berated by customers, assaulted by Santas, shunned by his family, and shocked by the Christmas lights, Al wishes that he'd never been born. The final act of this two-parter turns into a parody of It's a Wonderful Life, with the late great Sam Kinison as the guardian angel. In true Bundy fashion, Al sees that his family are much happier and successful without him in the picture. It's a twisted Christmas classic with all the one-liners and insult humor that made Married with Children such a popular show. Man, I miss Sam Kinison. Number 7, 30 Rock, Ludachristmas. Rockefeller Center may be the home of one of the USA's biggest Christmas trees, but the staff at 30 Rock are running very short on Christmas spirit. Actors, writers, and network executives have a hard time putting their egos aside and embracing the true spirit of the seasons, so Kenneth, the pure-hearted rube of the bunch, decides they all need a lesson in holiday cheer. Meanwhile, the Lemons and the Donegies spend some time together, and each family has an effect on each other, with hilarious results. Number 6, South Park, Woodland Critter Christmas. This episode aired during the 8th season of South Park. Remember those old animated Christmas specials that we all grew up with? This episode gives them the South Park treatment. While walking through the woods, Stan encounters a group of cute-looking critters, who are sad because they're not expecting a Merry Christmas. Stan, due to his good nature, helps the critters out, only to realize that they've been hiding an evil agenda. I won't give too much away, but after this point, it's up to Stan to get some help and undo the chaos he's unwittingly caused. Like I said, this episode starts out looking like a typical animated Christmas special, but things get dark very quickly, and I would expect no less from South Park. Number 5, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, A Very Sunny Christmas. This episode first aired on FX in December 2010, but it was released on DVD in 2009. It's Christmas Eve at Patty's, and the gang are following their Christmas traditions. Needless to say, their traditions are, unusual. From Mac's family going to different houses and helping themselves to presents, to Charlie's mom being visited by a number of different Santas, to Frank just cruelly messing with Dennis and Dee by buying gifts they really want and then just keeping them for himself. It's the kind of Christmas one could only expect from the Always Sunny gang, and it's mandatory viewing for any fan of the show. Number 4, Arrested Development, Afternoon Delight. It's time for the Bluth Company Christmas party, and if you're familiar with this family, it goes about as well as you'd expect. From company president Job and his suits of varying values, to family members singing karaoke songs with each other that are much dirtier than their innocent melodies would suggest, to Lindsay trying to hook up with a staff member after Job's professional sexual harassment speech.
And please refrain from discussing or engaging in any sort of inter-office or or finger or sting or or even though so many people in this office are begging for it.
Many people dread the holidays and the awkward encounters with certain family members, but anyone watching this episode can take solace in the fact that they're not part of the Bluth family, although it makes for some hilarious television. Number 3. Twilight Zone, Night of the Meek. This was the Christmas episode of the second season of The Twilight Zone, airing on December 23, 1960. This episode starred the legendary Art Carney as the down-and-out Henry Corwin, who's just been fired from his job as a department store Santa for arriving late and drunk to the job. Stumbling into an alley, Henry finds a burlap bag with the magical ability to produce whatever's requested. Henry decides to share this ability with the less fortunate people in his neighborhood and soon comes under scrutiny from certain people, including the police, who suspect that Henry has given out stolen goods. I won't spoil the ending to this episode for those who haven't seen it, but it is one of the rare Twilight Zone episodes that ends on a positive note, showing that even a dark place like the Twilight Zone can be a little more cheerful for the holidays. Number 2. The Sopranos. To save us all from Satan's power. It's Christmas time in New Jersey, and Tony Soprano's looking for a new Santa Claus for the Christmas party at Satriali's pork store, since they had to whack the last Santa for being a fucking rat. This causes Tony to reflect on his own life and family and try to hold it all together for the holidays. The usual drama associated with the Soprano family is intensified due to the holidays, as it is in every family, and Tony has to deal with it in his usual mobster fashion, while keeping a smile on his face in order to give his family a Merry Christmas. Although Christmas is a time for peace on earth, Tony must come to terms with some of the bad things he's done, and do a couple more bad things in order to help his family. Number 1. Black Mirror, White Christmas. The less I say about this episode, the better. If you've not had the chance to experience Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror, you owe it to yourself to check out this quality series from Channel 4. Black Mirror is an anthology series in the vein of The Twilight Zone, where each episode tells its own self-contained story, with the common theme being the dark side of technology. The Christmas episode, entitled White Christmas, is no exception. This episode stars Mad Men's John Hamm and features a few branching plot lines. I don't want to give any spoilers, but let's just say none of these characters are going to have a very Merry Christmas. And after viewing this episode, you'll never want to hear Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You again. So there you have it, folks. My top 10 favorite Christmas-themed television episodes. Did I miss some of your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video, and for now, have a great Christmas and a great 2016.